What's up, y'all? It's your boy DK, man, coming today with a new video. So look, in today's video I'm gonna be explaining all things pop-up shop related. Now, if y'all been in tune with me over the past couple of months, some of my most recent videos have been like my pop-ups that I've been doing at school, showing y'all like a little bit of behind the scenes and everything like that. But in today's video, I really want to break it down. I really want to give y'all a few little points just so y'all can have this information going into your next pop-up shop, so your next pop-up shop can be very successful, right? So I'm not gonna really do too much explaining. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, man, all of that. Let's get straight into the video. Alright, y'all, so as y'all can see, I had to switch the setup today because this video is more informational than anything else. I'm gonna get right to it. I got 5 different tips on pop-up shops, doing pop-up shops this year. Whenever I suggest that you start as soon as possible, right? If you got a brand, get started today, right? So with that being said, the first point is going to be why pop-up shops, right? Why do you want to do pop-up shops? Well, the reason why you want to do pop-up shops is because face-to-face and in-person sales are better than anything else, especially with a clothing brand. So me personally, most of my sales that I get on my brand are face-to-face in person. If y'all watched the first video I ever made on this channel, I explained how I started. I started selling clothes at school, selling out the locker, selling out the hallway. I would meet up with people and give them what they wanted. I'm in college now. I'm still in school, right? I'm selling to people on the yard. I'm selling to people. I walk up to them when they get out of class. If they want a shirt, they want a hoodie, wherever, they can meet me somewhere on campus. Face-to-face sales are always going to be the best because in the streetwear clothing brand game, it's a million brands out there, y'all. It's a million people that got clothing brands. Everybody and their mother is starting a clothing brand right now. I'm not necessarily going to say that the brand game is oversaturated, but everybody is doing it. So it's like people don't know who to trust online. They might want to order from your website and see something, but it's a lot of scams out there. People that got clothing brands that don't really have clothing brands, that'll scam people on their website and say, oh yeah, I'm gonna send you your clothes, and they never get them. So people are really skeptical about buying from brands online. So if you can meet them people in person, this is the best way to do it. In person, face to face, right? And at a pop-up shop, once you meet them people, they find out who you are, they see who you are, they say, okay, this is the face behind the brand. I can trust them. I ordered from them in person. Now I feel a little bit more willing to go ahead and go to their website and order from them because I know it's real people behind the page. This isn't somebody trying to scam me out of my money, right? So that's really the first reason why you want to do pop-up shops, is for that face-to-face interaction and building your core supporters and your grassroots audience. So for point number 2, when you do a pop-up shop, you want to make sure that it's going to be worth it, right? A lot of times when we do pop-up shops, people will come with like ridiculous amounts of money to participate, right? Sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it could be justified depending on the venue, depending on the area that the pop-up shop is in. But the reason why I want to say you want to make sure it's worth it is you don't want to spend money to lose money, right? So basically what I'm saying is, if a pop-up shop, they charging you $150 for a table and you got $75 worth of inventory, it's not going to match. You're not going to be able to make your money back unless you just have money just to blow and you just want to get out there and you just want to put your name out there so people can see you. That is a way that you can kind of make some type of conversion because people can see you. You can say, hey, I don't have everything here, but if you want to order from my website, or you want to, you know, see what we do on social media, or when I get it, I can get it to you. You know, that may work if you had the money to do so, but most of us, you know what I'm saying, and most people that's out there that's starting right now, they're not going to have the money just to blow just for that purpose, right? So you want to make sure it's worth it. Something that I live by is always have as much as you want to sell. If you want to sell $1 million worth of inventory, you got to have $1 million worth of inventory. You can't be coming to a pop-up shop trying to sell out with 5 things, you see what I'm saying, and you ain't even make your money back on the table. So there's no profit there, you see what I'm saying? So whenever somebody comes to you with a pop-up shop opportunity, or you find out about a pop-up shop, ask them, hey, what's the cost? Where is this going to be at? Find out all the information about it, see if it's actually worth it, and then you can go from there. You can make your decision on if you're going to participate. So point number 2, make sure that this pop-up shop or whatever pop-up shop that you're a part of is going to be worth it. So for point number 3, man, I'm gonna be explaining what you should have at a pop-up shop, right? So this is something that I make sure that I have at every single pop-up shop, something that I live by when it comes to doing pop-ups, right? You want to have items in every price range. So there's 3 different types of customers when it comes to pop-up shops. You got the pop-up shop customers that come with a set budget. They say, I'm going in here to this pop-up shop, I'm only going to spend $150. So whatever I do, I might buy from this person, I might buy from that person, I might buy from this person. I'm only spending $150, right? Then you got the people that come to pop-up shops. They may have a set budget, but they don't really have a set number, and it's like, I want to support everybody, so I'm gonna try to buy what I can buy. You see what I'm saying? So they might not be spending $65 on a hoodie from you, $30 on a tee from them. They might only want to spend $5, $6, $10, but they want to support everybody. And then you got those people that come to the pop-up shops that say in their mind, oh, I'm not buying nothing, I'm just coming with such and such. And then they end up buying stuff from people, right? So each customer is equally as valued, because at the end of the day, they're still spending money with you and they're supporting your brand, they're supporting your vision, right? So I don't want to make it a thing of, oh, this customer is better than this one, target this customer, only go for this type of customer. No, you want to go for every customer. You want, at the end of the day, there to be no excuse why someone should spend money with you, right? You want them to be able to say, you know what, they got something in my price range, I'm gonna go with them no matter what type of customer I am. So if y'all see at my pop-ups, the latest ones that I've done, I've had the more expensive items. The trucker has the hoodies, the t-shirts, and then I also had things like canvas quotes, you know what I'm saying? You can have keychains, you can have small little anything, items, memorabilia, just so you can sell in at 5, 10, 20 to 35, 60 to 100. You see what I'm saying? Different price ranges that you can have, so no matter who comes up to your table, there's no excuse on why they shouldn't be buying something, right? Because the end goal at being at a pop-up shop is to get sales. Marketing, putting yourself out there, making connections, you know what I'm saying? That's great, and that's going to lead into our next topic. But at the end of the day, you spend money to be here. You want to make sales, you want to make that money back. You also want to make money so you can go ahead and invest it into your future drops, anything that you want to do, in the future with your brand, right? So that's the third tip, man. Y'all want to make sure that y'all have something for every price range. Anybody can buy. There's no excuse on why they can't support you. All right, so I told y'all that was going to lead us into our next tip. That's actually going to lead us into the one after this one, right? So the number 4th tip, y'all, the number 4th tip is going to be your pop-up setup. Your setup at a pop-up shop is very, very important. Sometimes pop-up shops, they assign you somewhere, but if it's a pop-up shop where they tell you, hey, you can get here, you can pick any table, you always want to pick a table in a high traffic area, right when people walk in. If it's a pop-up that has food, right by the food, because you know people gonna walk over there to get something to eat. You see what I'm saying? You want to be in a high traffic area. You don't want to be the table all the way in the back behind everybody. No one can barely see you. They gotta walk around a million tables to come see you. You see what I'm saying? You always want to be in a high traffic area, and one way that you can help that is if you're at a pop-up shop that allows you to pick your own table, your own setup wherever you want. You want to get there early. Get there before everybody else does. Get there right when they tell you that you can set up. Right there at that time, be there early, bruh. The early bird gets the worm. You see what I'm saying? So you want to be able to be there early. Not only does it allow you to go ahead and get the table you want, it shows your professionalism, showing the people that's throwing the pop-up that you're not here to waste time. You're here to make that money. Another thing when it comes to the setup, make sure that your pieces, your brand items, your clothes are presentable. Don't have items with you shouldn't have this period, but don't have items with a whole bunch of stains and stuff in the front. Make sure that when you have your items for your pop-up shops that everything is ironed out or steamed out. Don't have stuff with a whole bunch of wrinkles on it, basically. If you got a table full of clothes that got a whole bunch of wrinkles, all the shirts are wrinkled up and folded any kind of way, nobody's going to want to buy that. It's all about the presentation. You're presenting your brand to someone. You see what I'm saying? Someone that ain't never seen it before. People that might have saw it on the internet, but now they seen it in person. Presentation is everything. If me personally, right, I'm just speaking on me. If I was to walk up to a table and they trying to promote their brand and say their brand is the hottest brand out there and they just got all this and all that and they just like that, but I'm looking at the table and all the clothes are wrinkled and there's no presentation, in my mind I'm gonna be like, what's gonna make me want to throw this on it? You know what I'm saying? It's all about the presentation. It's all about presenting the clothes how you want them to be worn. You wouldn't want somebody to just throw on a piece from your brand all wrinkled up, messed up. You see what I'm saying? So present it how you want it to be worn and just make sure that the presentation is nice. I wouldn't have too much on the table. Whenever I set up, I throw like a few pieces on just so they can see, okay, cool, the table isn't too cluttered. I got some space. I got my business cards in the front. If they want something in a different size, I got it in the back, or you know, under the table in a bin or something like that. My table isn't full and cluttered. You see what I'm saying? This is how you want to set your things up. I'm not saying you have to set it up exactly like I do, but you want to make sure that you have a nice presentation, right? So that is point number 4. Your pop-up setup is very, very important in terms of conversion, because what people see is what they're going to go off of, and you want them to see something nice so they can go ahead and want to support it. So that's going to lead us into our last tip, which is number 5. All right, y'all, so tip number 5 is going to be engagement, right? So tips for engagement. What I mean by engagement is, at a pop-up shop, just make sure that you look approachable. You know what I'm saying? You're at a pop-up shop, people are going to walk past, people are going to stop at your table. Everybody that stops at your table might not be buying something, but you know, engage in a conversation with them. When they walk up to your table, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. What's your name? Oh, I'm such and such. You know, this is my brand. I started tell them a little backstory. You see what I'm saying? You want to be nice and you want to be approachable to people. People are going to spend money with people that they get along with, people that they think are genuine people. You want to be a genuine person. You don't want to be at the pop-up the whole time. You on the phone, you on FaceTime, you talking to people on the phone while people walking past, they walking past trying to make eye contact with you, and you just make eye contact, go back to your phone. You talking to such and such and such and such and the third. You want to be a genuine person. You want to make great conversation with them. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, everybody ain't going to buy something, but you want to be that person, because somebody may walk past your table, they weren't going to buy something, but now that they heard your story, they say, you know what, I want to double back and I want to go support him. I want to go support her. Another thing that I say is always have some business cards. One thing that I always say to people is, I appreciate you for stopping by my table. If you're not able to support me by buying something today, I would appreciate if you could follow my social medias. I want to get my brand more well known. That works every time, because people are at pop-up shops ultimately to support. So if they can't buy something, they will go ahead, follow your social medias, man. And by them following your social media, you may drop something in the future that they like. They see it, they buy it, because like I said in the first section, another thing, don't walk away from your table. I don't understand why, you know, people will have pop-up shops and you walk up to the table, they're nowhere to be found. First of all, that's just bad business, because anybody could come up and steal your stuff. But then secondly, it's like, okay, I'll take a card, but I really wanted to kind of meet the person, see about them, see, you know, I'm interested in their brand, so I want to talk to them and see what it's all about. Don't walk away from your table. If it's that important, just bring people with you. I always try to bring people with me. So if it's anything that I need, I can say, hey, can you go grab this for me real quick, or do such and such. But at the end of the day, if I'm by myself, I'm here at my table. This is what I'm here for. You see what I'm saying? So make sure that you have good engagement, dialogue with people, and stay at your table, y'all. Don't walk away from the table. That's very unprofessional, and it just does not look good when you're at a pop-up shop trying to sell your brand. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you do those things for tip number 5. And these are really all of the tips that I have, y'all, for the pop-up, man. So again, you want to make sure that you do pop-up shops just because it's the best way, in my opinion, face-to-face sales, selling in person. 2, you want to make sure that it's worth it. Don't do something, you know, and spend $500 on a pop-up opportunity going to a whole different city when you know you don't have enough inventory to make your money back, y'all. 3, you want to have something in everybody's price range, so there's no reason why people cannot support you. There should be no reason why people don't want to buy from you, other than the simple fact that they just don't want to buy from you. 4, you want to have a nice setup. You want to make sure that everything looks professional, everything looks good. And then number 5 is tips for engagement. Engaging with people. Stay at your table, y'all. Stay at your table. I must say that one more time, because I can't tell y'all how many pop-up shops I've been to and I see people walking around. They too busy going to other people's tables. They not even at their own table. And that's great. You should always want to support people, but do that at the end. I'm telling you, every time that I have a pop-up shop, I always make sure I walk around, talk to other businesses and everything like that. But make sure that you do it at the end, man, when everybody's breaking down and the pop-up shop is over, right? So I got those 5 tips for today, man. I hope that y'all like this video. Pretty soon I'm gonna be having some more content on photo shoots and my new drop that's coming out soon, so make sure that y'all stay updated for those. And yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. It's your boy DK. Make sure that y'all follow our social medias, man. Y'all can find me, my personal social media, ADK, everywhere. I'm gonna put it on the screen. And then also the social medias for the clothing brand, man, is at DK Clothing DMV. Make sure that y'all go to the website. We got the red shooting star truckers, a few left, man. The inventory is very, very low, so make sure that y'all grab them before they are gone. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. It's your boy DK. We plugged in over here. Let's get it.